Alright, I just cleaned the glass so the water's a little cloudy. Last week we lost our clam, and I believe that had to do with the combination of the lawnmower blenny knocking over the shell a couple of times, also turbo snails knocking it over. And so it fell over quite a few times, and of course with my schedule I wasn't home to pick it up, so it was rather irritated. But Live Aquaria was gracious, gave us a credit, and we picked up a new clam. Just got it in there today. I got home and it was on its side, and so I just got done sticking it back upright, so it's not fully open yet. But you can see it is responsive to the light from my clowns who are trying to steal the show here. And with the cleaning of the water too, everything kind of closed up because of the glass when I scraped the glass. So everything's kind of closed up, but here we go. Got a couple extra frags in there that I could easily sell. Everybody's really happy, and they know that usually right about now is when I feed them, so they're really eager to be fed. Earlier today I tossed in some blackworms and they gobbled them up. And so I gotta grab some of their frozen food to throw in there. Notice they're following me around the tank. They want to be fed! Feed me! Feed me! There's the shell from the previous clam. It was smaller than this one, so I've read that can make a difference as well. But I've also read that you don't necessarily have to feed the smaller ones. This one is actually much bigger than the other one, so I expect greater success with it. Otherwise, I'm already seeing some growth in here from not only corals but also from fish and other invertebrates. Things are getting their color back from the transition over to replacing some rock, changing the scape of it, changing the sand bed over to crushed carbon, rinsed of course, and adding the sump, which DIY overflow, it's actually pretty quiet. Last night it sounded like a toilet flushing every so often, but it has evened out, I would say, to where now it is pretty stable. I'm going to attach a pump to that to draw water out for water changes. There's my air brake. You see the flow coming through there is not significant, and I wanted it that way because too much flow creates these empty spaces, and I want everything to come from this anyway. So underneath, it's a little dark in here. Kick that light on for a second. Hang on. Actually, on second thought, I can't. Anyway, my skimmer's in there. You can sort of see the ball valve controlling the flow from the pump. Got some Cheto in there. My auto top off. And I plan on using that actually as a additional... I don't have any rock in there. The only reason I got that is for the skimmer and the heater. And eventually I plan on getting a couple chocolate chip starfish to throw down in there. And I'll throw some harlequin shrimp in the top and that way I can keep the chocolate chips and just cut off a leg here and there to feed the harlequins, because I think they're pretty cool looking and I want to get a pair of them. But anyway, that's the progress so far. Feather duster's out. Flame scallop's happy. Clam is already open a little bit more than it was when I first started filming today. Well, water's starting to clear, but like I said, you know, I don't have a lot of flow going down to the sump. That's intentional. It's only 90 gallons per hour, and so technically I guess the tank is turning over 3 times per hour, but that's pretty minimal compared to most overflow return systems, and that's intentional. With my filter feeders and that, I wanted to actually not be over skimming the tank. So, but there's my setup. Now originally it was supposed to be an under gravel reverse, so that the return flow actually blew up through the gravel, which would help keep detritus suspended. However, I discovered very quickly, and I should have figured this out on my own anyway, pre-testing, that doing so would actually, in the event of a pump failure, would create a complete siphon that would totally drain the tank. And I wasn't up for that, so I just, you know, went back to the traditional, well, what would be considered traditional now is that's just keeping everything up off the glass on the bottom. So anyway, there's the system for now, and I still got the 20 up and running. It's for sale for beginner hobbyist or intermediate advanced, whoever wants a complete setup. Price will change based on your experience, and got some beginner corals in there. Also, I'm keeping frags in there for selling individually, but I can piece it out if anybody wants. Thank you for watching, and I'll keep you posted on how things go.